This episode of Lifehacker is brought to you by HostGator.
Welcome to Lifehacker's Halloween special. Here's a look at some of the terrifying things we're going to be talking about this week. We're going to run down some of our favorite DIY Halloween projects, optimize trick-or-treating with some secret codes, share some of our favorite harmless Halloween geek pranks, and more. So let's get started.
You can go out and buy your Halloween decorations, but the holiday is a great opportunity to flex your DIY muscle. Here are a few of our favorite projects. One fun project we found on Instructables is making slime. It requires a little bit of simple chemistry, but it's not too hard to do. What you'll need is about 1 kilogram of Natrosol, and in addition to that, you'll need powder paint or poster paint for coloring. You'll also need a thickening agent like xanthan gum, guar gum, or methyl cellulose, and then a bunch of hot water. You mix that all together in a pail or whatever you want and stir it with a spoon, and you've got slime.
We've covered in pretty extensive detail how to carve a pumpkin, whether you're using some fancy tools or just some knives you've got around your house. So check out that post if you want details on that, but right now I'm going to talk about how to preserve your pumpkin once it's already carved. And there's basically 2 key ingredients in doing this. One, you need to keep it hydrated. As soon as the pumpkin starts drying out, it starts to crumble and get kind of gross. The other thing you need to do is keep it from molding. And there are a lot of methods that people have said work before, such as Vaseline and whatnot. In the tests that we've found online, though, the best method involves just a little bit of bleach. Spray some bleach solution, a little water and bleach on the inside of your pumpkin once you've carved it all out, and it will hopefully kill off the mold and keep it from going rotten while it's sitting on your porch.
If you're not going to be around this Halloween or you're feeling kind of antisocial, another fun project we found on Instructables is an automated candy dispenser. It'll work with a button, or you can send an SMS text message to it and it will dispense candy on demand. All it takes is an X10 home automation controller and a little fancy wiring, and you're all set to go.
There you have it. Hopefully you can find a spooky DIY to get working on this holiday season. One of the great things about Halloween is trick-or-treating, but the thing about trick-or-treating is you never know what you're going to get. There's a thing called a hobo code that homeless people can use to identify homes that are friendly, will serve them food, things like that. And there's actually something similar for Halloween, and it is called the Halloween Candy Code. Here's how it works. Website Cockguide's Halloween Candy Code Guide is full of symbols that will give you some idea what candy lies behind the door of a house you've approached. So when you come up to a new house, just look down. 2 arrows pointing out indicate the holy grail of trick-or-treating candy, the full-size candy bar. If you flip the arrows around and they were pointing in, it would indicate that it's a fun-sized candy bar. The symbol indicates that the owner of this house is a dentist. It's a toothbrush, as you can see, and you know, it might indicate that you're gonna get a lecture or some non-sugary candy. Other symbols indicate an open, unmanned bowl, baked goods, or even a mean dog. So check out the site for more, and happy trick-or-treating.
So Halloween is a very popular time for treats, but it's also a good time to play some tricks. Here are some nice pranks that you can play on your coworkers to make them think their computer is haunted.
We've talked a little bit about text expansion utilities on the show before. Basically, they're small utilities that run on your computer and watch what you type. You type small pieces of text and it expands them into larger pieces of text. They're intended to save time, but they can also be put to good use in your pranks. Say, for example, you have a coworker. We'll call him Whitson. You install the text expansion utility on their computer and set it up so that every time the person types their name, Whitson, it will be replaced with something like, Whitson is a dead man. Oh, it would be hilarious to see Whitson getting all upset, running around, who's telling him he's a dead man on his computer.
Alternatively, you can get on their computer and install a VNC server, which will let you control their mouse and keyboard from your computer. As soon as they sit down, just start moving their mouse around and let them think their computer has been taken over by evil spirits.
Finally, if you want to get really geeky, you can try out Sent, which is a command line utility which allows you to send messages from your computer to the other person's computer and have official Windows-looking pop-ups come up on screen saying whatever you want them to. You may or may not need to install a small utility on their computer beforehand so that it will work, but once you've got everything going and send a few well-placed messages, hopefully by the end of the day you will have convinced your coworker that she has a poltergeist in her computer.
So that's it. Have fun, and remember the first rule of pranking: don't get caught.
This week on Lifehacker, the big news was ice cream sandwich. Google finally unveiled Android 4.0 for phones and tablets, and the changes are significant. In addition to a new system-wide font called Roboto, the entire OS has a fresh new coat of paint. There's a new lock screen that allows you to instantly jump into the phone's camera app, a new customizable dock that can support up to 4 icons, including folders, as well as a brand new People app in place of the address book. That's in addition to new Gmail, calendar, and browser apps. The once standard 4 buttons on the bottom of each Android phone have been replaced with 3 software buttons. The familiar back button, the home button, and a multitasking button, the last of which allows you to quickly switch between recent apps, kind of like WebOS's card view. Another WebOS influence is a heavier influence on gestures. In the recent apps view, you can swipe to remove apps from the list, as well as swipe to remove alerts from the notifications pane, and swipe to go through Gmail conversations. Overall, there's a ton of swiping in Ice Cream Sandwich, and the entire OS looks more cohesive than previous iterations. Google also unveiled the latest in their pure Google Nexus line, the 4.65-inch Galaxy Nexus, which will be the first phone to run Ice Cream Sandwich when it launches in November. Check out Whitson's full screenshot tour for more information. We talked a lot about iOS 5 last week, but it turns out we missed one huge feature off the bat: text expansion. We've extolled the virtues of text expansion before, and now it's baked into your iDevice. All you need to do is head to your keyboard settings and you can create custom shortcuts to your heart's content, perfect for messing with Whitson on the go. Check out Adam's post for details on which shortcuts you must set up. Finally, I ran down how to continue growing in your career and avoid stagnancy. It's really easy to lose sight of the big picture when you're swamped with emails, deadlines, and project goals, but it's really important to keep learning and improving yourself. You can start by finding a coach or a mentor and making a plan. Set some short-term and long-term goals to make sure you keep going on the right track. Check out the full post for more details.
Hey, how's it going? I am Nick Calder. I am a writer-director, and I just finished my feature directorial debut. It is called Fear Eats the Soul. Today, I'm going to show you something a little bit more basic than what's shown in the film, but Halloween rolls around and you're too poor to afford a costume, or you are too lazy, or you have no time, or you were in a cave and you just woke up and you're like, Halloween. Then you can't go wrong with blood. So you're gonna need the following items: corn syrup, red and green food coloring, a small mixing bowl, and some cocoa chocolate powder. So what you wanna do is take the mixing bowl, take some of your corn syrup, pour it in. Next, you're gonna take your red food coloring, and then you're gonna take a spoon or the end of your brush and just kind of mix it in and make sure that it's all consistent. You're gonna take our green food coloring, but you want to be extremely careful because one single drop might be enough for all of this red food coloring. And you continue to mix it so that the consistency is all throughout the corn syrup. As you can see, it's extremely darkened already. Next, you want to take some cocoa powder. And again, just like the green food coloring, you want to put very, very little inside. And you're going to mix it in. And you should have something that is dark in consistency, looks pretty good on camera, looks pretty good in real life. Thanks for joining us. Have fun trying these effects out on Halloween or on your next film. I'm Nick Calder, and goodbye.
Looking for a new place to launch your blog or site? Then go to HostGator and get up and running in minutes. Plans start at under $4 per month, and you get top-rated 24/7 support and access to a website builder with over 4,000 templates. We'll even migrate your current site for free. Servers are 130% powered by wind energy, and HostGator will even offer you a 45-day money-back guarantee. Right now, for Lifehacker viewers, you can get 25% off your order or your first month free when you enter the coupon code Lifehacker at checkout. Your sign-ups support our show, so go to HostGator.com and enter the coupon code Lifehacker to get your discount.
So I don't know about you guys, but my favorite season is definitely fall. There are all sorts of really cool, fun, kind of Halloween-y attractions that stay fun even as you get older if you're starting to feel a little bit too old for trick-or-treating. Here are some of the best resources for finding the most fun Halloween attractions in your area. If you're in the central or northeast US, it is apple season, which means one of the best things to do is head to your local cider mill and chow down on some great donuts and homegrown cider. If you're looking for something in your area, you can head to cidermills.com to find something nearby.
If you are terrified of Children of the Corn, one great Halloween activity is going to a corn maze, where cornfields are turned into mazes that you can get lost in for hours. Two great websites to check out are The Maze and mazeplay.com, so you can find a great cornfield that you can spend hours trying to find your way out of.
When it comes time to pick out that perfect pumpkin for Halloween, you can actually head to Pumpkin Patches and More online to find a pumpkin patch near you. While you're at it, you can also head to pickyourown.org to find a good place to find apples and other fall produce.
A lot of these attractions are small and family-owned, so you can find a lot of great things by just asking around. Ask your family, ask your friends, and you may end up with a gem you wouldn't find on the internet. All right, it's time for the downloads of the day. Let's see what we've got. There isn't a ton of Halloween-themed software, but we've got a couple of treats for you. First up is HalloFF for Firefox, which is a theme that will let you decorate your web browser with pumpkins and ghosts. If you're really into pumpkin carving, by the way, or just like being weird, Pumpkin Glow offers a PDF of alternative pumpkin patterns. Try to hold your excitement because this pack includes Jay Leno's face. The free do-it-yourself Halloween ebook comes from one of our favorite do-it-yourself sites, Instructables, and offers plenty of Halloween projects and last-minute costumes to supplement all the stuff we covered in this episode. For those of you who aren't feeling the Halloween spirit this week, don't worry, we've got a couple of downloads that feel the same way. If you've ever wanted to run Android apps on your Windows PC, now you can. The BlueStacks app player does just that, letting you test out APKs before you install them on your phone or tablet. Finally, we have Raven for Mac, which is a neat new web browser designed to turn web apps into desktop apps. Its interface is ultra simple and will remind you of browsing on an iPad. If you use a lot of web apps, it's definitely worth a look.
And that is it for this week. For more Halloween mischief, check out lifehacker.com all week. You can also follow us on Twitter or subscribe to more video on YouTube at youtube.com/lifehacker or subscribe to the show on iTunes. We'll see you next time.